Hollywood has a tendency to get a little too predictable when it comes to depicting heroes like yourself and the world around these dudes. So I'm going to run through a list of cliches, and if you don't mind, I just want you to raise your hand if you've been asked to depict one or more of these well-worn tropes of Hollywood. Having to go shirtless.
I'm the only one who hasn't done it yet.
Here we go.
Oh! All right. Okay, having to wear a wife-beater shirt. Yeah.
I don't know if that's the correct word anymore. I think
It's not?
a tank or something.
I think it's still a wife-beater, man. Okay.
We call them tank tops now.
Tank tops?
Yes, thank you.
All right, tank tops. All right, sporting stubble and always looking sweaty.
It's really hot in Toronto right now.
All right, having a traumatic backstory like a dead wife or a child. This is my favorite one. Walking away from a fiery wreckage.
Every week.
I'm trying to catch up.
Making a smart-ass quip right at the moment you kill someone. And last but not least, most importantly, having to kill someone again after you thought they were dead. Yes! That ends that exercise. All right. All right, so this is another thing I'm a little curious about. Many action adventures require the heroes to run, but not everybody can make it look so effortless. I mean, I know when I run, I look like a girl. I run like a girl. So I know it seems little micro, production, but have you ever received coaching so you don't run like a kid or even look like Napoleon Dynamite when you run?
Yeah, I don't do any of my own running.
I don't think anybody here would admit that.
You wouldn't admit that?
I was just doing some running the other day on set, and I've been doing Vikings for 4 years, so this is a bit of a new job for me, and I've never had to figure out running after cars and bad guys and stuff, especially at nighttime. And I realized that they had this car rig with a camera, and I'm going, make me catch up with you. Don't wait for me. Thinking that was a good idea, so I could just run hell for leather and make it look as real as possible. And then we did like 6 or 7 takes, and then I watched the playback, and then I just kept thinking, why does Tom Cruise look so good when he runs? And it's because he holds something back. And I'm running, and I'm going... and then I'm just praying that they don't put it into slow-mo.
Yeah, you got to leave it all out on the line, man. Like, I remember the first time I had to run on camera, I was just so, like, trying to be just in it and doing exactly that, and I ran past the camera, and I was just like, and everybody was like, what are you doing? Like,
run, Forrest!
Exactly, I'm just like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Dominic, or Eric, have you run on camera?
Well, no, I'll stick with I don't do any of my own running.
Dominic, how about you?
We're sounding really pathetic, like running's difficult. Yeah, we have a really hard time running.
Yeah, but it's an
Running's
art to
really hard part of our job. Yeah. But it is hard.
When you spend a whole day of running, though, you want to fire the camera department, because usually you've done like 6 100-meter sprints, and then they go, we need another one, because it was out of focus.
Yeah.
Alrighty. All right, so at EW, we have a favorite feature. We call this Watch This, Sorry About That. We all know the great work they do now, but now what I'd like to ask you is to go back in your early career and think about those roles that you'd rather forget, that maybe you want to go so far as to apologize for. I'm going to start with Theo.
Wow. I've done some terrible stuff in the beginning. Not just as an actor, as a human. No, I guess, the glaring one, I know the second you said it, it hit me, but it was an Olsen twin movie I did. It was called The Challenge. But as a young actor, I got to go out to, I think I was like 26 playing 16. I don't know why that just keeps happening. But, and I was in, I don't know, somewhere in Mexico for a couple months, but I gotta tell you, I actually kind of enjoyed it. So I don't know if I feel so bad about it. But yeah, I'll stick with the Olsen twin movie, The Challenge.
Okay. Eric? I'm going to go Cooper, because you looked up, because I feel like you got something.
I looked
Mr.
upset.
Cooper.
Yeah,
Dom-
pretty much
oh.
everything before 2003 I'm upset about. There's not one. It's my career is littered with things I need to apologize for. But I would say watch The Last Ship. I'm proud of that.
But you got to throw us one, Eric.
My first job was a condom advert. I got chased down the road by 30,000 Czechoslovakian sperms. Still one of my better pieces of work. It's quite a good commercial.
Still on the showreel.
Still on the showreel, yeah. Up front, yeah. I think I ended up in the condom as well. There's a huge condom. It made no sense, this commercial. I was being chased by... I still don't really understand it.
Oh, no.
I don't think it improved the sales of condoms.
It doesn't make sense to me either, man.
Wow. Eric, you didn't do one, dude.
A condom commercial?
No, not a condom commercial. Something you'd like to maybe forget or...
Everything.
Well, like I said, everything before 2003, but I did do the first job I ever had was an episode of a show called Saved by the Bell. And
I love that show.
I was the evil volleyball player. There was a good guy and I was the bad guy. And I remember yelling, I didn't like a take, it was my first job. I yelled, cut, that's not gonna work. We gotta do this over again. The director, who I swear to God was wearing an ascot, pulled me to the side and said, I'm the only person on this set that yells cut. I don't wanna hear you ever say yell cut again. I was like, listen, dude, I just wanted to do it again. I'm sorry.
The microphone.
And literally, the guy had the big, the cone thing, and it was terrifying looking back at it. And, it was Saved by the Bell, but and so am I here to verbally apologize for it? Do you want me to apologize for it, like as a confessional? I am sorry for that. I will never do it again.
Well, let's ask the crowd. I mean, Theo graciously actually found a picture.
I'm sorry, Eric.
Do we have a camera close by that we can... Where's the camera? You can focus on this picture of him from Saved by the Bell.
Is that me?
Where, isn't there a
Theo
camera?
did that?
How do we get it close?
Thank you, Theo.
Me for this. I
I
want
don't know how to get it. Can you see it? Camera, I can't.
It's that good. Just believe me, it's great.
Google it.
Fantastic.
It's wearing peach.
John Johnson.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
It was a pastel. I was wearing a pastel tank top.
All right. Oh, it's over there. We'll have to pass that. All right. How about you, Clive? What about you? You got something?
Actually, the first thing that came to mind was, when you come out of drama school, you hear all these stories when you kind of see the DVD extras and people promoting shows, and they're like, when Kenneth Branagh calls, you don't say no. That never happened to me. I was like auditioning for, I'll take whatever I could get. And when I came out of drama school, I did a film called Heroes and Villains, which actually was, with James Corden was in with me as well. I'm sure he'd be just as embarrassed about it. It had nothing to do with heroes and villains. It was about the honey trap and trying to catch people cheating on their wives and things. And I played this male gigolo. It was awful. I had to play tennis.
Wow.
And I was literally playing tennis over 2 courts. And I hadn't got much camera technique. I still don't have much camera technique. But I was trying to... They were firing tennis balls at me, and I was trying to run across 2 courts, and I didn't realize that the camera couldn't kind of follow me over the 2 courts. It's an awful film. And I swear, if anyone wants to look it up just to prove that I was in it, it's still going to be 2 hours of your life you won't get back.
All right. How about you, Corey?
Oh, man. I mean, thankfully it wasn't on film. Like you said, I came out of drama school and I worked with the Boys and Girls Club of America, and we were doing a lot of, going to different places, and we had to put on shows. And unfortunately, I was blessed with the Bug musical show. So I had to wear this but it was weird because I had this blue dinosaur costume. I mean, it was really embarrassing. But it was inspiring to the kids because I was up there with 12-year-olds and all that crazy stuff. So it was fun. But I would say I might have to apologize for the Georgia Heat and Heath's hair on The Walking Dead. I might have to apologize for the craziness that goes on with the lace front rig. But other than that, I would say watch 24 Legacy right after the Super Bowl.
All right, Josh, how about you?
Oh, there's a few. But I'd say one of the most embarrassing was a saber tooth. Yeah, it was fantastic.
That's great.
It was fantastic. I play like the camp counselor guy, and then there's a experiment gone wrong, genetic experiment. They create this saber-toothed tiger,
Wait.
And I'm up there in the mountains, and I remember I had this fight thing. I have to do this martial arts kick in the beginning, and I thought I was so cool, training for it. And then I saw the movie, and I'm doing some little fucking dance. Like before I go in the camera, I'm just going boop, 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 back. I just look like an idiot, like I'm jumping on a trampoline or something, bouncing all over the place. And then when the tiger jumps out, this is first gen computer animation stuff. And I was sitting with my entire family, back in Georgia, my nieces and everything, around like 14 people. And the tiger jumps out and the whole room burst into laughter, because it was like a different color than the fake paw they had on a stick, clawing at you. And it looked like Tony the Tiger, from the cereal. So I was like, well, I guess laughter is a good thing, it's supposed to scare everybody when the tiger jumped out. But it was fantastic.
Dominic, how about you?
Well, I've done some horrific shit as well. I think when I first got out of drama school, I did a thing called, I'm not sure if you remember, Beastmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played Captain Cobb, and I was disgusted the second I walked on set. I think it was the first time I actually blew up at a director, and so I didn't really get it. And then I guess the next one was probably the second installment of Melrose Place. Which I was forced into by Fox, who made me do it.
All right.
Like for 3 months. It was good.
All right, think back to when you were kids. You're big TV watchers. You're born and raised on television. Give me your childhood TV crush. That Meredith Baxter Burney in your life or something. Maybe she's a little too old for you. You know what I'm talking about. When you watch TV, who's the chick that just made you smile, Theo?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
It's so funny. While you were saying it, I got taken back to the place of what I was thinking of. It was easy. It always comes up. Alyssa Milano, who's the boss. She had a workout video. She had this workout video. It was kind of right about the time I figured out I was a man.
Clive, how about you?
Oh, I don't know. I went really young though. When you said, I was thinking when I was really, when did something happen and I didn't quite understand what was happening? The first person, it has to be thing, I thought, not a person.
Oh my God.
What's happening?
It was Chitara in Thundercats.
That's good. That's a good one.
But to be fair, I find this panel the most ridiculous thing for me because my wife has an unhealthy crush on Eric Dane and Josh Holloway.
Oh my God.
And now I'm sitting here on a panel with them both. I'm not sure if I'm going to start a fight with them or ask them to join a threesome or something.
What happens on the panel?
All right, Corey, how about you?
Probably Baywatch. It would have to be Pam Anderson. Yeah, that was like my crush. I just remember the theme music would come on and I was just glued to the TV like a little kid. And another Pam Grier.
Yeah.
Like she was just grew up watching her and I was just like, yeah, that's what I want at like 6 years old.
Eric.
I married my crush. I actually. No. I did. Well, my first crush when I was a little kid was Tabitha on Bewitched. I think she was she the daughter of the?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she used to wiggle her nose, and that did it for me.
It wasn't Kelly from Saved by the Bell.
By that time I already had a crush on my now wife. So I lucked out, I guess. Not a very interesting answer, but.
That's very nice.
Married 12 years this year. I'm very proud of that.
All right, Dominic, what about you? What did you watch?
Oh, I'm totally in love with Ferris Bueller's Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Giving Cameron mouth-to-mouth resuscitation after falling into the pool. He wasn't unconscious. He was just pretending. She was gorgeous. I'm remembering that. Stop it. God. Did I give too much away?
No, that's good. Not as much as he did, so no, that's fine, yeah. All right, Josh.
Mine, strangely enough, was, and it ruined me, because from then on, that's what I sought to date, and that's what I married. It was the dancing girls from Fantasy Island. Every time Mr. Rourke would go, and they'd start the dance at the beginning, I was like, Island girls are for me. That is my thing. And I married one. So there you go. Yeah, my wife's from Jakarta, from Indonesia. So, thanks, Mr. Rourke. Thanks a lot, Mr. Rourke. I appreciate that.
All right, Dominic. But lean to the microphone, Dominic. You're a low talker, so we want to get it all.
Oh, hi. I'm about to get.
Childhood crush. Who was it?
Childhood crush.
What was her name?
I don't know. I didn't have one as a child.
Didn't have one?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
But Pam Allison certainly got my attention when I started noticing things. Yeah.
I started noticing things.
All right, I want to jet to something a little superficial. You all have to, at one time or another, had to get jacked for a role. Would any of you cop to what your most embarrassing diet routine was? Tried something, probably won't do that again. Theo.
For sure, yeah. Oh, God, it was like season 3 or something of Sons when we were on this rooftop and Juice gets like shanked. It's a prison term, if everybody wants to know what that means. It was something where I was shirtless and I was going to try this like this tea that makes you go to the bathroom, like, really go. And it was a bad idea. In every aspect, because the bathroom was, we were on this prison in LA, and the bathroom was like all the way downstairs, and this porta potty had to run like 7 steps, and literally in the middle of a take, I was like, I have to go. I gotta go. I gotta go. And I don't drink that tea anymore.
Right.
And nobody should drink that tea. By the way. It's called like go to the bathroom violently. Don't drink. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. All right. Clive, what about you?
Well, I remember at the end of season 2 in Vikings, my character Rollo gets trampled on by horses. So I actually thought that was going to be the very last time that I had to worry about what I ate, because I was investing in. I turned around to at the end of the season, I was like, this is it, because I knew that Rollo wasn't going to die, and I was coming back for season 3. But I thought, that's it. He's going to have broken legs. He's not going to be the warrior he used to be. I'm going to really invest in being this big, fat warrior. And he's like sweaty beast trying to get off. And I was eating the kids' chicken nuggets after I had my dinner. I was just really invested in that. And about 2 weeks before we came back for season 3, when the script started to come through, it was like, Rollo is completely healed. And he's on the battlefield, smashing things down. And then I really had to make an effort to get down the gym and start running. And so it was like, have you seen that scene in Foxcatcher with Channing Tatum, where he eats all of the food and then he's suddenly on that bike and he's just sweating. So I had like 2 weeks of that, just kind of constantly really murdering myself by not eating and trying to lose weight far too quickly. And I never, ever, ever want to go back there again.
Corey, you got a story?
Not really, because I don't like dieting. I mean, I just like eating. Like, I mean, who doesn't? Like, I mean, maybe I should start so I don't have to be the only guy on the panel who hasn't done a shirtless scene yet. I mean, I had to actually try to do it, to slim down after King Kong to do 24, and I was trying to do the pescatarian thing, but I didn't realize that you had to actually eat healthy. I would just like stop eating meat, but I would eat pizza, cheese pizza, and like, you know what I mean? But I'm working on it. I'm getting there. You know, I'm getting there.
Eric, how about you?
I don't diet. I've never had one. I don't understand it. I mean, I have a hard time keeping weight on. So for me, a diet just sounds kind of torturous.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't.
Dominic?
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I've never really done one. Someone tried to make me do a juice diet once. And I lasted half a day, but in that half day, you immediately have diarrhea, and then you so need salt that you start licking your arms. And I've never in my life wanted, I think, what do you call it? Like chicken, you get one cube, so you get this juice, 2 juices every hour or something, and then a cube, a gift at the end of the day.
Right.
Which is vegetable stock. I've never loved something so much in my life. Salty vegetable stock after doing the juices. So, no, yeah, that's
Crazy diet.
didn't work. Didn't last long.
Crazy diet.
Should try it.
Josh?
I let this girl convince me to take those pills that y'all take sometimes around period time. You know,
You lose weight off of those?
no, the ones that make you lose bloat, right? They make you lose bloat, but it makes you pee like freaking crazy.
Oh, the water pills. Yeah, the water.
I already got a bladder like an 80-year-old lady, so I mean, I have to pee all the time. So when I ate these things, I was like, Jesus, how many times can you pee? So I'm with you on that. I'm not gonna have that tea,
No,
and I'm not gonna take those
no.
pills. That's
It's called
it.
Smooth Moves, by the way. I just remembered. Smooth Moves. Yeah. If you see Smooth Moves at your local
Don't take
grocer,
that.
don't get it. Or the water pill.
Dominic?
Well, I can't top that, so no point. Next question.
Did you say next question? All right. All right, we're going to take your questions, by the way, so feel free to line up. I would love to hear from you. Just a couple more, and then we'll go to the crowd. I want to ask about your most awkward fan encounter. I have to imagine that while fans can be great, sometimes it can be a little uncomfortable talking to them. I'm going to start with you, Eric. Have you ever had an awkward fan encounter?
Many.
Yes.
I had one about an hour ago.
What happened?
No, I was at the Indianapolis 500 one year, and I got lost. I was with a group, and you know, we had security, and Patrick and I were tightly kind of in this sort of moving sort of human shield walking through 350,000 people, and I stopped to smell the roses, and the next thing I knew, everybody was gone. So I'm kind of looking around going, okay, I hope nobody will notice me if I just put my head down and walk. And then this woman screams at the top of her lungs, and the next thing I know, she has me in this death clutch. But I'm not that close to her because she's like a triple D. So there's a fair amount of distance between me and her. And she kept screaming, "Take the picture, take the picture." I said, "Honey, I'll take the picture. Just, you know, let's turn whoever." I was looking for somebody to take the picture. She didn't have anybody that. She was just screaming out to anybody who had a phone, "Take a picture." And I hightailed it out of there. I found my group. They thought it was funny. They were actually watching. I had strayed about 15 feet. That was it. But, you know, got lost.
Okay, Dominic Purcell, this is you.
Yeah, okay. First year of Prison Break, I was in a CVS in Chicago, and this lady was looking at me very weirdly, and the next minute, these 2 police officers came up to me and said, "What seems to be the complaint, madam?" And basically this lady thought that I was an escaped convict. And she'd been watching Prison Break and just assumed that I was a convict, and the cops came up to me and said, they looked at me and double-taked her and said, "Oh, he's an actor." He's like, no, I've seen him. That was the strangest event that I've ever had. I say, yeah.
Fantastic.
All right, Josh, how about you?
Yeah, I remember I was just in Hawaii, kind of off. It was a weird location. We were downtown Honolulu, and I was just by myself, I think trying to remember frickin' lines or something. But I'm just over on the side, and there's some columns, cement columns around, and then suddenly this older woman slips out from one of the columns, and I mean slips out, like just, you know, that scary thing in horror movies where they float. It's kind of like that, and she kind of floated up to me, and she was one of those that wear workout gloves, but she's not working out. And she's probably 60-something, which is fine. I love that, grandmas. But she floated over to me and said, "I've cooked you a meal. And it's just across the street. Come with me." No. And I was like, ah! So I didn't go with her. But she said she had a southern meal all prepared.
Could have been good.
It's a little misery moment. I was like, no, don't knob me.
Mr. Koopa, how about you?
I have conversations they're quite lengthy, go on for a while, and I talk, and I think they're a good big fan, and then at the end of the conversation they go, "Well, lastly, you're great in the affair," and then I realise that they think they've been talking to Dominic West for the entire conversation, and it's happened about 10 times that. Now
What?
I don't say anything. I just take it in and enjoy it.
It's happened repeatedly?
It has, yeah. I just kind of confusion. Not that we're that alike, but I think it's just a name sort of confusion. Then they think they're having a conversation with that person, and it's not.
That's an outrage. Oh.
Dominics are, you name your kid Dominic because you know he's going to look like another Dominic.
Yeah.
Clearly.
All right, Clive, what about you?
Honestly, haven't had any fan encounters that have been too appalling. I think, but you're a show like Vikings, then you kind of expect to kind of get some kind of crazy people dressed up as Vikings, and I love that. I love kind of embracing because I think the Vikings our show is the first time we've really done justice to a culture on the screen. So there's a lot of people that are really excited in Scandinavia, and I've done some Comic Cons and things over in Scandinavia, and I mean the hardest thing sometimes is just not offending somebody. I mean, sometimes you'll be signing an autograph for someone, and then Emily will be Axel Oxfans van Schiekenfaden or something like that, and you'll be like, "How do you spell that?" And they're like, "You play a Viking." "How do you not know how to spell my name?" And you're like, and then and it's worse when they've got a picture taken with you and they want to sign it, and then you just the pressure of, because I'm dyslexic as well, so I'm the worst speller at the best of times. But then I suddenly kind of crumble, and and I want to kind of float away somewhere. But no, I mean, it's great. I mean, I'm having the time of my life in Vikings, and it's great. You get anyone that kind of comes up and wants to kind of dress up like your character or kind of want to interact with you like that. So I kind of gives me a little buzz.
Corey.
I've had some really cool encounters with a lot of fans, especially the Walking Dead fans. Like ever since like joining that, it's been kind of crazy. But for me, before Straight Outta Compton, like when I walk down the street, people don't look at me and go, "Is that Dre?" Like no one does that, right? So like now it's people will yell like Dre, and I'm like looking around for him. I'm like, where is he? And like, and I went home, I think, for this past Christmas for break. Well, I went down south because all my family's down south, and I was in North Carolina, and we went to like hey, North NC. We went to a Walmart, as you do, and for Christmas, going home with the family, and I get it. And so I'm with like my cousins and my sister and my uncle, and we walk into the store, and this woman comes up and she goes, "I know who you are," and I was like, hi. I was like, and she was like, you Dre from Straight Outta Compton. I was like, yeah, I played him in a movie. Nice to meet you and everything. And she was like, I'm not gonna blow your spot up, I promise. And she worked there, by the way, so she had the little, earphone and everything on. And so she's like, I promise you, I'm not gonna blow your spot up, but I just want you to know I know that's you. I was like, cool, nice to meet you. I literally walked 2 feet and I heard her on the radio and she's like, y'all, Dre is here. Dre is here. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. And I'm like, oh, Lord, okay. So then, we start walking up the aisle and all the employees start coming around the corner. But it was funny because there was this one lady who like looked me dead in my face and like looked around and she was like, that ain't Dre. That's like, she's like, where Dre at? And so, it was really humbling actually, you know what I mean? Because I'm a private guy. So that's that.
Dominic had Corey bring up a good point. Have any of you other actors been mistaken for another male actor besides Dominic West?
Yeah. I had a massage, and she had a long time to look me over, like an hour. And then when I got off the table, she said, "You're Kid Rock, right?"
Oh my God!
I said, "Yes, I am. Yes, I am." It's fantastic.
That's great. That's awesome.
I did a picture with her as Kid Rock.
Does anybody else top that?
No.
All right, we're going to go to the questions.
Oh, wow. Just a beard there.
I'm Sarah. I want to ask Dominic Cooper, which of Howard Stark's inventions would you like to own?
Can I have the whole... Did I invent the... Which one? What? I know. Did I make the entire suit, the Iron Man suit? I built that, didn't I? I made that, right? Did I make that? Did I make the Iron Man suit?
What is going on?
Where are we? I think I know the shield. Just say something easy. Say something easy. The shield. Yeah. It's made out of vibranium, and it's 100% stronger than any other metal.
My question is actually for Dominic Cooper. Sorry. I just wanted to know if you would like to play Howard Stark again, and if you would.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. It's a really fun. I have so much fun. We're doing that show with Hayley Atwell and James. So I hope this. I don't know what they're doing with it. There has been talk of, because the fans seem to really want petition to get it back. So fingers crossed. Yeah, I'd always do it. I jump at the chance of playing him. He's great. I have excellent fun playing him. It's very different from doing The Preacher as well. So yeah.